Hi guys, so in today's episode we are going to be talking about a very interesting topic, Nadia's favorite topic, not really my favorite, the biological clock.
Yes.
It's often used to describe a woman's desire to have children before she is too old. Nadia, do you feel too old?
Not yet, but I do acknowledge that age is catching up.
So what do you mean age is catching up? Age is always catching up. Every year we make another year. So like, are we in a race with age?
You may look hot until like 50, 60, but your ovaries have their own
timeline. Okay.
Set by nature.
Yeah.
So we know that between the ages of 16 to about 25, that's you're at your peak fertility rate.
Yeah.
And then as you get older, mostly from 30, between 30 and 35, there's a high rate of decline.
Yeah, the aging process kind of like speeds up even a lot.
Not necessarily physically, but that is really internally.
The age.
Reproductive.
Yeah.
For women at least, yes.
Yeah. So Angie, how do you feel about the whole biological clock thing? Do you feel like it's starting to scare you, or you still think you are in a safe zone?
Ooh, definitely not in the safe zone.
Why?
With the way the world is moving at a very high pace, as long as you clock, actually, when you're close to 30, you start feeling it.
I think the biological clock is not really a competition with, whoever is out there that's hotter. It's really
a self-competition.
It's a self-competition. Now it's you against your ex.
Yeah.
And against your thoughts.
Yeah.
Because you can't avoid it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, at least there's an example of where you should be or what you should do.
Yeah.
So you're instantly reminded every time you're like, oh no, I don't have a child yet, I should get one. Because in a few years, I'm not certain if I can actually give birth.
Yeah.
Or probably I'll have lots of complications.
Yeah.
So you have to say, oh, I'm still in my kind of safe zone, so let me try now.
Yeah.
So that I can actually be safe. I don't want to be complicated, or I don't want to go into hospital and things are not working out fine.
Yeah.
Probably go to a gyno and it's like, hey, you're almost, so please.
Yeah.
If you're like, you won't be able to push it out because
your
bones, your body and all that.
Honestly speaking, I don't even know the last time I actually went to a gyne. I'm gonna tell you that I am from a very traditional background. Like, right now, the only thing that takes me to a hospital is probably dental issues if I have a cavity. I don't actually love medicine. I don't even take it, but it's usually like a painkiller here and there. If I have like a cough, I take like, a cough syrup or something. So I haven't yet felt it so much because I'm also not very cognizant of the whole, I have to go and see a gynecologist. I feel as if you put yourself under a lot more pressure if you start going to see a gyne.
Okay, I've been to a gyne. I wouldn't say often, but I happen to go to a gyne.
What are you looking for?
Exactly. Exactly.
So
my
last one was last year, early last year. So I had a complication in my, I wouldn't say uterus, but there was something that
you were feeling
came
pain
out of nowhere. Yes. So that time, I remember the guy asked me, "Do you have kids?" I'm like, "No." He told me specifically, "You need to get pregnant now." And I'm sure I'm not the only one who has been there. Like, you go to the guy and he's telling you need to get pregnant. Like, when are you getting pregnant? A guy's work.
You asked me, do I have kids?
That's part of his job. His job is to look after your ovary, your eggs, your uterus.
But did he ask you if you planned on having kids?
So actually, I did ask him that question. Once everything got cleared, because I was worried about, you know how those things really freak you out.
Yeah.
So when he did the scan again and everything was fine, like, no, you're all good. So I asked about my chances and blah, 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 blah. So that's when the whole talk with the guy came.
So that is actually what triggered it for Nadia.
But also, I'm a YouTube person. I follow a lot of, I think, people who are in my age group or slightly older.
Yeah.
So, and that happens to be the talk amongst women, mostly at that age. You can't deny it.
Yeah.
We have friends who have kids, people who don't, people who are under pressure.
Yeah.
So also being in that environment kind of stimulates that thought. And, you also ask yourself, you sit down and you're like, okay, what are my options? Where am I going in life? Am I going to be a single, looking hot chick by the time I'm 40?
Hot mama.
Or do I actually want to, to start acting my age at some point?
Now, let us try to unpack the whole, why does the biological clock scare us? I don't know. So, one of the points was the whole career and education pursuit. Nadia, just throw more light on that.
I think we're all kind of career driven, single, independent, working women. So I think in pursuit of those goals, financial goals, could be career goals, lifestyle, you find yourself holding off on the child issue or even terrified by it. Most in your 20s, you're like, heck no, am I getting pregnant? You'll literally run at the nearest sight of a child. You'll be like, so because you're pursuing work, you're pursuing school, you have, all these ambitions that you want to take off first before you get tied down by a child or by a family. So I think that alone takes up time for most women. I've been there at least. I know you guys have also experienced it. So before you know it, when you're feeling a bit more stable career-wise, you're maybe late 20s if you're lucky, or early 30s. So
I'm thinking feeling stable of like I am very stable in my job and I know I can take off 6 months plus and come back and I still add value. It's not even in your late 20s. Because the career market in Uganda is so competitive. It's like it's a job seekers market. Like you live under 1,000 potentials who want to replace
better than you.
Exactly. So we kind of, I think, in pursuit of our, career goals and everything, we actually drag ourselves up until almost like mid-30s. So, it makes sense that, by that time, as you're feeling comfortable, of course, the guys have moved on. And
even if the guy is there.
The guys at the workplace have moved on. So for you, if you pause, by the time you come back, two years is gone. And also juggling, you are wondering, okay, am I ready now? Because I'll be having divided attention. There is I have seen mothers, and hats off, I respect mothers. I don't know how you guys do it, because I have ever stayed with a toddler in my house, and literally by the time I wake up in the morning, I feel as if I'm the mother. They have cried half the night. Now I'm imagining a mother that has to breastfeed, a mother that has to change diapers, to do all that, and then come in the morning and give 100%, like easy. It's hard. So the whole career pursuit had actually dragged us into that whole depression, because I'm thinking if I'm to pause things right now, then the world is going to move on. How about the growing rate of cohabitation before marriage? Now I'm looking at that perspective of, if you stay so long with someone, you actually keep on thinking you have time. Because we are living together.
The sperm bank is right there.
Exactly.
Where am I?
And yes, I'm moving around with literally a sperm bank.
Because I just feel like tomorrow could be the actual day. So
Exactly. Tomorrow is another day. You're like,
Before you know it, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years.
And then now you guys are probably 7 years into, dating and stuff. And also you're looking at him, you're like, okay, so first of all, he pees and sprinkles pee all over like the toilet seat. That's another baby I'm picking after. He throws his socks around. He eats and leaves everything there. So I am like, okay, I already have this grown baby. Do I want another responsibility right now of a baby?
This might be, then I can spank you there. You've thrown what?
You spank him, eh?
Like, not even in a sexy way, in an actual discipline.
No, that is beating. If you say spanking, my head goes to something else. I'm wondering.
A little bit fun.
The
fun spanking.
Exactly, the spanking. Of you naughty boy, get down. Let mama whip you. Is that it?
No, but how does it contribute to the biological clock? I don't.
Okay, to me, the longer I stay with someone, the more I think I have time. For example, myself, I was in Nadia's position, the time when I wasn't in a stable relationship. Like, it used to worry me and worry me and worry me. The moment I got into a stable relationship, I keep thinking I still have time. This dude is not going anywhere. We love each other. We both want it. So it is okay. We can push it a little more because of that whole
comfort of options.
The whole change in the societal expectations. So if you notice that the trends are changing, our mothers got pregnant by 16, 17, 18. Right now, no one is putting you under pressure in your 20s. Matter of fact, a lot of people are seeing you as you still have time. Like, no one even mentions it. You finish campus. You finish campus and no one is hounding you about it. You may actually get an escape up until like 28, 29. The parents start worrying as you're almost clocking 30, and they're wondering, okay, Izzy has never brought anyone home. Is she okay? Is everything fine? Are the things functional? So all that starts coming up at that time. But then the parents actually, by the time a girl is of age, which is 16 years, and the boobies are out, they expect that, okay, there's someone's son who is also of age, and now the parents start speaking.
Yeah.
Do you guys like concur, or you think differently about that?
I think it's true. And now, like for me and my family, especially, like my aunties, I think most of not really like the kind that are going to nag you about children, and they hadn't for a long time.
Yeah.
But now, at least the conversations are asked like, okay, what's happening? We're not, we're not.
What's happening?
Yeah. And also, if I look now, like my cousins, we're all chilling. When most of us don't have kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
it's yourself.
Yeah. But I mean, it
They're
was
not
okay.
safe.
It was okay. It was
She's
okay.
kind of safe because there are other examples.
Because the expectations were not really there.
Yeah.
But now in your 30s, those conversations are now happening. Like, okay, guys,
What's up?
what's happening?
And now they're starting to
Exactly.
think, are you the problem?
No, but we learned from them.
And guys, all these
Yeah.
opinions are our personal opinions.
Yeah.
Like, we are not speaking on behalf of anyone. We are just talking about, what our experiences are, what our expectations are, and also us growing up and like associating with people.
And also
We
what
have
we've
seen
seen,
this.
yeah.
Yeah. Another one is the high rate of failing relationships. Guys, divorce freaks the hell out of
Divorce.
me.
Divorce, you leave alone divorce. I think I can stand divorce. I cannot stand you knocking me up and then deciding to marry someone else. I think
That's clear, Zo.
Yeah.
that's like, I think divorce, you were in it, you got married, and then somehow things didn't work out. Yes, the rates are much higher now than they were back in the day. I think
But
also
why
back
are they,
in the
though?
day, people had the nerve to stick it out.
Yeah.
The whole society, family thing, being in your face, advising you, everyone is in your marriage, you married the whole clan.
Yeah.
But now you've married someone,
Yeah.
probably who's also from broken families. So I think the trends are changing. Our own perspective, you cannot now just stay because a guy is beating you and you're just there.
Yes.
Yes. Kung fu
Be
me.
for the kids.
Simple
What
slap you run.
is- Uh-huh.
Just
Yeah.
a simple slap, even
Simple
just
slap.
shouting at you.
Exactly.
Like you freak out. You're like, hell no,
Yeah.
I can't handle this.
And the signs start from there
Yeah.
of like an abusive man. They start by shouting, and then he loses his temper and hits a wall very
So next
close
time
to
it
your
will be-
face.
next thing you're
Next
the
time
wall.
it is on
That's
your face
right.
now. So
Yeah.
I think also our tolerance level for bullshit
Yeah.
has gone down.
Yeah.
Right now, women are like, you know what? I ain't gonna be putting up with such shit.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't happening. So if you can't, like, be a man and resolve a conflict like a man, and of course we also have a lot of broken men and broken women. Like, our society is broken.
Yeah.
So that alone also, like, there's just a lot going on.
It really scares people.
Yeah.
Me myself, honestly, like I wouldn't willingly get into a situation knowing it's going to end, because being a single parent is also work on its own, probably a whole topic of its own.
Yeah.
Actually, so knowing that the people who go through those things alone and they're struggling and you see it, you
Yeah.
wouldn't want to put yourself there. So you wait.
You keep
And the waiting.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you're 37.
Yeah, you're 37.
40.
Yeah,
And
and the
you're scared.
clock
You're still
gets
waiting.
louder and louder
Yeah.
and louder,
Yeah.
and every single day you feel as if like there's someone who is actually like physically turning it in your head,
Yeah.
and you actually even
With an
start
alarm clock,
self-judging
moreover.
yourself. Yeah, with a very big alarm clock.
Yeah.
And these days, we women, we're actually financially stable. So before, people would actually settle for less.
Yeah,
At
Yeah.
this
You
moment,
even
you
married
don't.
for property.
yeah.
Now you're the one who married.
For security.
But
For-
now, no, you
Yeah.
just
People
don't
nowadays
want
throw
something.
their own weddings. I've seen people throwing their
Yeah.
own
Oh,
weddings.
when it's
Yeah.
the woman who's actually
Yes.
putting the money?
Yeah. Okay, then our next one is religion. The whole you
Celibacy.
can't have sex before marriage, celibacy, you can't do any of those things. How do you think that has affected ladies in the whole biological clock journey and made us postpone marriage?
I know people who are virgins at 30.
Virgins at 30.
Because of religion, because of your faith, that you don't engage in sex until you're married.
Yeah.
Which world
So-
were they in? While growing up? Yes,
This world, the same world, but
Same world, but different principles.
Different principles.
Yeah.
It
Someone
happens.
instilling the principles in you, but you following them. That's another
You stand
level.
out, obviously, but people who do that, and it's really by choice. And you see, if you have those standards, getting someone that meets those standards is going to be high. So that means you're going to take a longer time, settling down than the average. I'll open my legs for vibes.
And I have had guy friends who say, I don't want to marry a virgin. Like those days, it was like a price of I want to break it. Right now, a guy says, I would rather have sex with a chick whose virginity has been broken by another man.
Because they don't feel like teaching you.
No, it's not that, but you think men can do that work? Men are lazy as fuck. They can't.
Shots fired.
There. Experience shit. Bring your experience and teach me how to please you. Otherwise, I can't figure that out for you.
Or they want that part of, don't touch, it's painful, don't do this, all
touch
that.
me,
Don't want that.
don't touch me, don't touch me again. No, don't touch me.
Wait. Okay, maybe now. No, wait.
I don't think that's what freaks them out. I think they want a freak. They want someone to bring
a freak in the shits.
Yes, they want someone who's going to, blow their minds.
Yeah.
So they don't want to, raise you from a baby until you're So they don't want to do that work. It's not there. You're not paying them to do it.
Yeah.
Then you go and use their skills they taught you on someone else.
Oh my god. And also my other question is, whom do they think is teaching us those skills? Because they want me to bring experience, but where am I getting this experience from?
They don't want to know.
Keep your past.
They never
Isn't that very selfish?
But we're all selfish.
But
I also don't want to know. I don't want to know where you learned your skills from. I don't. It doesn't interest me in any way. Does it pay my bills? No.
Yes.
I don't do yoga.
Have you ever asked your guy how he learned certain things?
It's none of my business.
Exactly. So why would they also want to know how you also learned how to
as long as you know and it's working?
Just continue. Simple.
Yeah.
But
okay, so I think we had already hinted on the personal values of someone just doesn't want kids before marriage or whatever.
That's me. I mean, that's been me for a long time as well.
But then for the religion part, it actually affects sometimes. Because the parents actually tell you can actually be dating a Muslim.
Yeah.
At home, they're like, please don't dare, please don't bring a Muslim home.
Yeah.
And you're so attached to this person, for you actually see a future.
Yeah.
So you're holding it and you're like, let me wait and see if my parents will actually accept him.
Over
Maybe
time.
they'll get to know him, they'll meet him and probably like him.
Yeah.
But then you find a staunch family where they're like, no, as long as it's this religion, please. Don't dare.
Yeah.
So you're still stuck. You don't want to move on because you really, really love this person. And then you're stuck. You're like, should I choose him over my family? But then you're like, I love my family.
Yeah.
But then years are passing by and then you're like, what next?
Yeah.
So should I just go for the guy or let him go and hopefully get another person whom I will love to that extent?
Yeah.
Or else just go just to please the family and just get anyone else.
And by the time you are deciding, years have gone, and
Years
those
have
years
gone,
you can't get them back. And also on the flip side, there is the cultural one of, okay, easy, you are an Acholi, you can't marry an Acholi. But all the Acholi men, very romantic, in quotes, as they say. I don't feel them. But then because I know I can't go home with a sewankambo, I have to get an ojo or a komakech, and the komakeches, I look at them and I'm like,
the ones that you meet.
Exactly. And then the sewankambo is actually very much polished. So you are trapped in that whole cycle of
wanting to please.
Exactly. Yeah.
Happens a lot.
But why doesn't that affect the guys? Why do I feel as if all these stereotypes are around us women?
I think it affects me.
Really
the men
does.
that are very picky with people that they'll have their children with. I can date
But
you.
I think it's their choice. The
take you
families do not overly push a man and say, you can't bring a Christian girl if you are a Muslim. In most cases, you can't bring, a Munyankole girl if you are an Acholi man. But for the girls, the parents feel as if, I don't know, they have a license, which they actually do, to a front row seat of your life because they raised you. But how about I make my own choices and I take responsibility? I know you're older, you probably have a lot more experience, but how about I figure I figure out life all by myself? Yes, I make my mistakes and I clean them up or I keep them.
So you having a kid out of wedlock, a woman?
Yeah.
Oh,
You haven't seen your baby daddy or whatever, he hasn't come home.
As
but
long
it
as you're of age, of late,
No,
it
no,
changed.
no, no,
Changed,
babe,
but you
babe,
see, that
it changed. But I guarantee you,
Yeah.
you will go in a function with the aunties, and
Oh,
the
the
moment
little
you
ones.
step away, everyone is talking. Everyone is
if you
talking.
compare someone
Everyone is
who is married
whispering.
versus
Do
you,
we
Yeah.
still care?
But for men, he will
It's
take
okay.
a different child every year.
And then they'll just applaud.
Exactly. They just like they just praise you and make it feel as
One
if
hour
it is an
thing.
achievement.
our child.
Yes, our child. And then for the
That's
woman,
bad.
is a bastard.
And
Yeah.
now you have a child with one guy,
Yeah.
you don't work out, have another, people will start saying, oh, that's a second baby daddy. Like, what's happening? What's wrong with
Women
her?
are bred to
They
be
never account
By
for
the
the
way,
guys.
it's what's wrong with her.
Women
With
are
her,
bred,
it's always
are
with her.
bred to be responsible, and that's what we see. So double standard in
But
how we
that's
are
not
raised.
fair.
We are bred to be more responsible. Not more responsible, but we are bred to be more, woke than men.
Then there is fear of the unknown. The body changes. The what?
is so
I know
you.
that's me. That's so me. That's so me. So I want to think that every woman has their own insecurities. Some people don't like their legs. Other people do not like their hair. Other people do not like their butt. Now me, unfortunately, with the experience I've seen, the moment a woman gets pregnant, it's like as if her body goes on strike. The boobs, she removes the bra, it's like Olympus has fallen. Boom! The tummy, like the skin has stretched so much that you can flap it around and it's so bad. I'm like, I want my body
extreme.
parts to sit tight.
It's like if you pop like 10 kids, but
No!
2 kids. Nah.
No!
Actually,
Nadia!
two or
2 kids.
two.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
mean, they do,
goodness.
but I've seen people who are hotter even after having children.
The percentage is small. The percentage is very small of people who are like genetically just small. They will get a tummy and all the parts of their body stays the same.
Yeah.
Easy here is gonna get pregnant. Her nose is gonna become 40% of her face. Her cheeks are swollen. Her legs become like, I don't know, she has what. And then all of us, so I am like, you know what? I still want to be snapped. I still want to be hot. So
at least until 30.
yeah.
Then you
Until
can
30 something,
Then you can
until
give
like
up.
I can't compete now with the 22-year-old, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, the men are not seeing anymore, so yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, then the next one is lack of a robust support system.
I think that's the biggest demotivator to have kids in this era.
Yeah.
Because back then, yes,
Yeah.
back then
It's one of them.
the village was raising your
Yes,
child.
the whole community
the
raised
whole
the
village
child.
raised your child.
Right now, it's you.
Right now, it's you in Kampala with your maid,
Yeah.
who you don't even trust.
Who will be leaving each and every after
Exactly.
1 month, 2 months.
And then your
Exactly.
guy, if he's there, if he's not there, it's even like double trouble.
Yeah.
But even though he's there, do they actually do anything for the child?
I mean,
I think
ideally,
they
but I
do
think,
it.
honestly, let's give men in this era some credit.
Really?
They're trying.
Finding a man at home all
They're
day.
trying, but
Trying.
like you said,
Trying.
they can do better.
They
You
can do
said,
better, that's
I have
true.
a nice booty, I can use more. They are doing great. They can do better.
But
Yeah.
I mean, we've come from far. We are now at the point where a guy can literally take the kids to school, change the diapers.
Oh,
You
yes.
know,
Yeah.
let's give them some credit.
All right.
Long distance relationships. Angie. Tell us about how that is affecting you and the
Really?
whole.
You don't really have to specify how it's affecting me. And how
Because
sure
you are single, because
Oh,
you're
no,
not yet
no.
married.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm.
okay.
I'm
I'm single but not searching. Simple.
She's not out there on
She's
the
using
streets.
too much English.
Oh, please. Not on the market.
You are using too much English. So the whole long distance thing of boo comes around and you're thinking that, okay, like,
This time is the time.
exactly. My ovulation cycle is straight. I know all my days. I've taken all my vitamins. You know, we are shagging every single time. But for some reason, it's like as if the brain just shuts down because the brain knows you're trying to push out the egg and to attract the sperm.
Let me tell you, it's way hard
to get pregnant.
Yeah, I live that experience.
Yeah.
So, because usually plan, you call Bear like, okay, now let's actually plan a vacation. You're going to return like at a certain time. So like, you even check your calendar months before. You're like,
yes, and you
if
give
you
it a
come
specific
on this
date.
day, I am done with the red week. So if you come, we are certain. You do everything.
And then that's when your period decides to be late.
No, it actually comes on time. It does come on time.
By the way.
But this is probably like last month. It comes on time. Everything is perfect.
Yeah.
And then you try it all. Carpets,
what?
sofa,
monkey, crocodile, cow, doggy, what?
And then
they
for some
flip
reason
you around like a ballerina.
For some reason, that's when your month comes. Probably like 5 days before the actual date it has to come up. But it's way too early than what even your calendar shows you. So you're like, okay.
No, but
so we try again after like 2 years.
How about the anxiety of he actually comes on time? Because I planned out your flight. I looked at my calendar and I'm like, okay, so if you came on the 29th of this month, I'm gonna be ovulating. The man actually comes because our ovulation window, unfortunately, is very small. In as much as they say it's 7, the first 3 and the last 2 are almost not counted. It's only the other 3. But you are releasing 1 egg. Like we are doing all the work and like everything is lined up well, but it just doesn't happen.
It just doesn't. As much as you want it, it just doesn't happen. So you just keep trying. And then if it doesn't work out this month, that's an extra year of waiting.
Exactly.
Or 2 years.
Exactly.
So by the time he comes back, are you still certain? I think that sometimes God is into them as well. No matter how much we plan what we want, it never works the way we want it.
Because you can't justify
so you
someone
plan, you're
sex
like this
the
time
first
around,
and then they're pregnant.
But some people are lucky.
Now, for me, the whole long distance thing is the fact that I am actually scared of having my first pregnancy alone with a man in a different continent. Because I'm like, I don't have experience. I have a full-time job. The support system, everyone has a job. Everyone is busy. And I'm wondering, if I have this baby, first of all, I don't even know how to handle like my mood swings, my vomiting. There's no one to hold my hair.
Put your mood swings on. That alone is very important.
So I am like, nah, let me first wait until like I am emotionally, ready. Because maybe he's not coming back anytime soon. So I'm like, I keep postponing. I keep procrastinating because I'm like, you know what? Let me first wait. But if the person was readily there, maybe it would have been a different thing because I know we are going to go through this together. I'm not doing it alone.
Pregnancy can be hard. Some people really have a hard time.
Yeah.
And if you're doing it alone, you have a miscarriage.
But please, with long distance, it's tricky.
Yeah. So how about the pregnancy and birth related complications? That whole scare.
Yeah. I think how that happens is because at a certain age or beyond a certain age, giving birth becomes complicated. Obviously, we've seen people who suffer to get, first of all, even getting pregnant alone is much harder. Yeah. So that alone is a complication in itself. You have infertility rates getting higher once you're that age, fibroids. Yeah. When you're the age of, I think, 35 upwards, that's when they actually start to come in. Yeah. When you're 20, you don't have fibroids. Yeah. True. So early 30s. True. So when you get older, those things start coming up. Yeah. Of course, the high chances of having kids that are
with disability,
like those birth defects, they also increase with age. High. Yeah. So it's only natural for a woman to be concerned and to have the pressure to have a child. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So now we have talked about how the whole biological clock comes about and what causes it. Now I want us to try and focus now on the effects. If a woman is under such pressure, what are the effects? And I'm gonna start with the first one. You literally see a baby in every man.
Sperm donor.
Everyone is a sperm donor. You see Tom, I see babies. I see Peter, I see babies. I see Gerald, I see babies. I see Brian, I see babies. Like every man who is walking around is a potential baby daddy. And for some reason, men actually smell this desperation.
They can smell it from miles away.
Yeah.
And it's not a good position to be in because now you're only focused on the sperms.
Yeah.
Is he going to give me a child? Is he this? You're not focusing on, is he a good person? Do I like him? Do I vibe with him?
That's when you end up being a
So
baby mama after.
you're now so desperate just because you want to get pregnant.
Yeah, you just want to get pregnant, and you're not even now worried about the cost of raising a child alone, the whole psychological support.
You're not logical. I mean, you would be worried about them,
desperate.
but you're not thinking logically. Just you
All they want
be
is a
under
baby.
pressure.
Baby and then move on.
Yeah.
So the affection and the connection of you two
Yeah.
is like the least.
Even
So
sex
your
becomes
to-do
like
list,
a chore.
Oh yeah.
Job.
No, like dude, ovulation time.
Where are
Let's
you?
That's
go.
when
How
you have to
to
like
start?
start becoming
It's
moody.
happening.
Because when the guy doesn't feel like that, then you're like, hell no. No,
Exactly.
please. Try.
And-
Do something.
And
Even
little
some monitoring
Johnny
is
is not
that.
gonna get up if he knows he's under task.
Yeah.
Of like all you want are my sperms. Little Johnny is gonna go on strike.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Even police
that's when
is
you start
that.
saying-
Don't drink too much. Don't do this. Why are you
Exactly.
drinking soda?
Uh-huh.
Mujaj.
It's blood. They'll pump you with jiggers every day. You know, katunkuma, lunch, breakfast, dinner.
Does that even help?
Man,
Anything.
I
When you're
Oh, they
desperate,
start telling you eat
anything
healthy.
will fly.
No junk food,
Nothing.
nothing, no soda.
Nothing.
What's your diet?
Watch your diet, and it
Oh.
starts feeling like a whole chore, and then putting too much pressure on yourself and your
Yeah.
partner.
Oh.
Of actually, you guys even start fighting a lot more.
Yeah, because you're looking at a man and you're trying to see baby daddy, like
Yeah.
that responsibility.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's not even doing this. I
Yeah.
don't think he's good enough to be a dad. I
Yeah.
don't think and yet someone is just going through shit.
Exactly.
I want to go out and have fun and have a drink and
And
come
me,
back
I'm
home.
seeing you as
But
you
for me, I'm
being
not seeing you so
irresponsible.
irresponsible.
Mm.
And then I'm also putting pressure on myself because even me, every month, if I'm not pregnant, it's like
Yeah.
stress.
Exactly.
Stress.
is wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that even makes things harder. You can't even get pregnant.
True.
Because whenever you're going in for that deed, you're basically just overthinking that what will happen. Please let it
Yeah.
happen. And for some reason, we women, when we overthink,
It just makes things
it
worse.
just makes things worse. Like you can't even be that much fun.
Yeah.
Actually-
because you're overthinking it.
That goes into our next point of just the emotional distress.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like your mental health alone, like you're not sane.
Not.
Like everything, you're not thinking straight. You are moody. You are this because every single thing a guy does, it's like as if he's being reckless. You're not in this with me. We are trying to have a child. I can't even have a whiskey.
Yeah.
I can't even go out with the boys because for some reason, like I can't even eat ice cream because it's gonna lower my sperm count, and then this, and then everything is just baby talk, and
Even
the
don't
guys-
look after yourself.
Yeah,
anymore. Like,
true.
You're supposed to be enjoying yourself, enjoying your life,
Yeah.
being in the moment, but
Mhm.
the baby's on your mind.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then that pressure, of course, relationships are broken because I do this like seriously.
Yeah, because
What
when
are
it
we
feels
doing?
like yours
Yeah.
all the time, it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
it's
with
really
your
no
baby.
pressure. I
Yeah.
mean, a guy may have that pressure, but not in his 30s. The pressure maybe may come later,
Yeah.
like 40s, mid 40s.
Mm.
But in his 30s,
Yeah.
He's
not
still
that
young.
much.
Yeah.
Very young.
And then another effect is withdrawal from your peers and social circles.
That's been
Nadia, do
real.
you want to?
I think most of my close friends
Yeah.
had children, probably late 20s, some of them early 30s. Even right now, two of my best friends had kids. So now
Yeah.
everything is baby talk.
Yeah.
Oh, my mate did this. Oh, my kid is sick. And then you really can't.
And
you
they
can't
cancel
relate.
all the plans.
Yes, so you,
You
can't
can't
hang out with them till
contribute.
late.
Uh-huh.
So you kind of feel left out.
Yeah.
You can't when
You
you,
don't
go
hang
out,
out
you're like,
anymore.
okay, now who am I going to go out with? You actually go through your phone book and you're like, now
Yeah.
who can I ask?
Easy.
For them they'll be I'm at home.
Easy.
Before we know
I'm
it,
at home.
also.
Easy.
Yes.
By the way, before you know it, I'm also at home and I'm tired.
So that only what text that you want to just throw some random person.
Yeah.
Nothing of actually going out
your
with
circle
someone.
becomes
but
so small.
someone by 9. I have
Yeah.
to go home.
It's curfew
Right.
time.
Babies.
I have to put the babies
Yeah.
to bed because tomorrow they have to wake up
Yeah.
early.
So you actually find that you don't have a circle anymore.
We're not
You have a
hating,
very
by the
small
way,
circle.
on the mothers. We are not hating. We are just saying how that affects us who
Affects
do not
us,
have,
yeah.
the children. Because at some point, you just fail to fit in with us. Now, we are speaking to our younger selves. who are
People in our
watching right
situation.
now and
Yeah.
people who are just in a situation. How would we advise them to cope with such a thing and not really, have all this pressure? So getting new circle of friends, how easy is that?
It's hard, but I think it's also good to take off that pressure from yourself.
Yeah.
To have, I wouldn't say new friends, but people that are not maybe coupled up. Okay, not coupled up, but we don't have babies.
Yeah.
We don't have babies, and are constantly talking about their kids. Even if it's not that they're trying to make you feel bad, it's what they're going through. That's their season in life.
Yeah.
So you're in a different season, and you also have to acknowledge that you're in a different season in life, and have new friends. Have friends that maybe want to talk business, want to talk hanging out, want to talk, vacation, want to talk other things.
Who don't have curfew at 9
who don't have
p.m.
curfew.
Yeah.
So you're not actually feeling lonely and left out and, oh my God, my life is such a mess.
Yeah.
So you actually have different people in your life that you can connect.
Me, I would personally advise someone out there to actually choose, get someone professional to talk to. Because in most cases, the more we build up things or walls, because most cases when you're too stressed about something, you want to hide away from the world.
Yeah.
And the more you hide, our brains can just confuse you more and more. You can think even of things that can't even happen.
Yeah.
But for some reason, you are alone.
Yeah.
So you want to judge yourself. You put all the blame on yourself.
Yeah.
And it drives you crazy.
Yeah.
So it's easy when you actually go out there and talk to someone professional.
Yeah.
If you can afford, what's it called?
Therapy.
Therapist, please do.
Yeah.
We need that.
Yeah.
Because you need to talk to someone. You have to put that out.
Yeah.
Because if you don't,
Yeah.
the more it builds up, that's when you actually break, and then by that time you actually can't get back up.
Yeah.
So just talk to someone.
Yeah. Get new hobbies. Get a new hobby can also be a person. Yes. You get someone.
Get under someone.
Hey, get under someone. That's not what I meant. But yeah, you can as well shag up with someone.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of, guys, having an orgasm. I'm even closing my eyes because just thinking about it.
The reminder.
God is
therapy,
very
It's
good.
therapy,
It's therapeutic. So if your new hobby is a person who is exciting, who makes you feel like you are 16, get it. Travel.
Yeah.
Get into your career. Though, unfortunately, that is just going to prolong the whole, But still, it just takes your mind away. And then consult with your gynecologist. Mm-hmm. Just so that they give you a professional opinion of how to help yourself out of that.
Because your eggs may actually be good and you still have time. Because not everyone ages at the same time. So you may find you have enough eggs and they're in good condition. So you can maybe buy yourself another 2 years or 3 years. So it takes off some of the pressure. Yeah. So if your eggs are declining at a very times 10 rate, yours is to go and find the next donor.
But also the gynecologist, you see at some point you talked about, I first went to my gynecologist and then they told me I needed to get pregnant now. Sometimes they also give us just unexpected pressure.
That's true. But
there's some facts that I don't want to know.
So imagine if you have fibroids or if you're having, other complications that are leading that could potentially make it impossible for you to have kids. Yeah. You also want to know what your options are early enough. Yeah. Because women get depressed, some people commit suicide because they can't have kids. Not everyone wants to have kids, but if you really want to have it, then why not? Yeah.
By the way, guys, let's normalize having, gynecological visits. Is that even the word? Yeah. Doctors, if I've butchered that statement, forgive me. But
skip biology.
Yeah, because up to now, I don't, other than the time I went on a birth control method, that's I think the last time I saw an OBGYN. Because to me, I'm like, why should I, what am I going to do? Exactly. And yet I have free medical insurance. Yeah. But I am like, come on, my eggs will not fail me.
And then at some point, eggs, any, what do they call it? pH changes.
There's even pH.
There's pH down there.
Yeah. Oh, so
it's a whole ecosystem.
Okay, and then I think Angie already mentioned therapy. But there is also this point of do not be in denial. Nadia actually thinks I am in denial. I keep saying, I still have a lot of time and blah, 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 blah.
You are. I think people are in
definitely
denial. Most people who look hot in their 30s.
Oh, do I look hot?
You look hot.
Oh, Oh,
I think it's very different if you are looking your age.
Yeah.
But if you can be confused for 20
Fine.
something year old,
20 fine.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
yeah. You keep
And
thinking you have
you
time.
think that your body ages the same way outside as it does on the inside. It's
And
very
then our
different.
partners make it worse.
Yeah.
You're the one.
Ah,
You're still
babe.
young. You're fine.
Ooh, you are fine
Yeah.
as fuck.
I think
Yeah.
denial is,
Yeah.
causes things. I think things
Yeah.
get bad. Just
Yeah.
accept that, you know what, I'm getting older.
Yeah,
What can I do between now and maybe the next 2 years to make
Yeah.
sure I have
yeah.
this in,
And
this
then
in check.
finally, weigh your options. I don't really know about adoption. In the African setting, I think adoption is mainly accepted if the parent dies. That is when, for example, God forbids, I don't even want to think about it, I lose one of my brothers and then have to take primary custody of his children. But for us as Africans, we haven't actually embraced adoption. I'm not speaking for everyone, but it's a common thing here in Africa. So yeah, you can actually decide to just adopt, because instead of putting yourself under pressure and almost going psycho, you are seeing therapist after therapist, or you don't even want to see a therapist, you're just there stressed. Yeah, you can just weigh the option of adoption. Yeah. So guys, please give us your opinion. Give us your comments. If you were in a similar, if you were or if you are in a similar predicament, what would you do? Give us your ideas, and we shall be excited to just share ideas.